Mr. Coates, when is your client gonna pay?
I believe you could pay today, Your Honor. Is that right, Cameron?
Yes.
Okay, you're all set. I'll note that you make payment in full today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
When you can sign off, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
You're free to go, Mr. Fair. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jasmine Collins, file number 24-01314, council appearance.
People, Jacob Riley, on behalf of Ms. Collins. Not here today.
Have you had contact with her?
I've not been in contact recently.
That was your big shot. I'll set on that one. The record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Amir Jernigan, file number 24-0110405, council appearance.
County Chief is the people appearing pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 with Andrew Stevens as my supervising attorney.
Mr. King.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Attorney.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a final pre-trial. We have necessary witnesses here.
I do not believe so, Your Honor, but if I could. People's witnesses were subpoenaed and we were able to make contact with Aurelia Graves, and she has failed to appear.
Council, how do you want to proceed?
Defense will request dismissal at this time.
Dismissal will be granted, but it's without prejudice, so the people do have the right to reissue the charge against you. Do you understand that? Oh, look like you understand it, sir. So it's dismissed without prejudice. They have the right to reissue the charge. You have not been prosecuted for it, so they have the right to reissue the charge. What questions do you have about that? The charges are being dropped. They're just being dropped without prejudice. Are you speaking so that I can hear you or for yourself to hear?
No, for you, man.
Well, you're not speaking loud enough for me to hear.
Yes, for you. I'm not, but I'm good right now, though. I have no further questions.
Okay, your attorney can explain what that means. It's not a surprise to him because that's how we dismiss it if you've never been prosecuted for it. And that's, they have that right to reissue within the statutory time frame. So long as they get in contact with the necessary witness, you can expect that they may likely reissue, okay? We'll get you a copy of dismissal. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, sir. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Lydia Mears, file number 24-00996, council appearance.
County Chief is for the people.
Riley on behalf of Mr. Ayers, Your Honor.
Today was the date and the time set for a jury trial. Assault and battery. There was an offer that was extended. Our last court date was for disorderly jostling. That offer was declined. Do we have necessary witnesses here?
I believe for the people, Your Honor, we should.
My client is around. Yes.
Okay, we're ready to continue to a trial. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can have a seat. I'll see if this one is gonna go today or not. Have a seat. On the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus M. Rye, file number 24-01319, council appearance.
Good morning, your honors. The panel Muthaya requesting permission to practice under Michigan Court Rule 1.120 under the supervision of Attorney Andrew Stevens.
Commissioner Jenkins.
Good morning, Your Honor. I am here to interpret for this matter. My name is Puspa.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee appearing on behalf of him, Rye.
Okay, the interpreter, what is your name and how do you spell it?
Puspa, P-U-S-P-A-L-U-I-T-E-L.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that you're interpreting the matter before the court completely and accurately and not divulge confidential communication, so help you God.
I do.
Today's the date and time set for final pretrial.
तपाईँको आज चाहिँ सुनवाईको अगाडिको प्री ट्रायल भन्छ त्यसको लागि रहेछ यहाँनिर मलाई उहाँले नियमबद्ध रूपमा गर्नुपर्छ भनेर कसम पाएको हो अघि आफूले आफ्नो परिचय दिइसक्नु भयो है त
Think your prosecutor disappeared after she put an appearance on the record.
I think she went to.
I think you.
सरकारी पक्षको वकिलले आफ्नो उपस्थिति जनाउनु भएको होइन रहेछ क्या र
Okay, off the record. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus
एकछिन बस्नुहोस्
China. I'm off the record on that one because I don't have the prosecutor and I need to know if I'm calling a jury today. Off the record on that matter, back on the record. People of this state of Michigan versus China Nicole Roberts, file number 23-03624. Council appearance.
Your honors, Kenal Muthaya on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of China Roberts.
Okay, today's the date set for jury trial.
Yes.
And there was an offer on June 17th of disorderly jostling that your client declined. You're calling a jury.
No, Your Honor. Ms. Roberts is going to plead guilty to disorderly jostling today with Hydra.
Did you explain to your client that the offer expires at final pretrial?
I did, Your Honor, and we were prepared to go to trial. However, in further discussions with the prosecutor, we made a decision to settle the case. Beg the court's pardon. We tried to give as much notice last week as we could.
Notice.
We sent emails in response to Addie to let her know that, I'm sorry, to Ms. Nash, to let her know that we had accepted the offer, and I believe the prosecutor also followed up to confirm.
But you, Ms. Lee, how long have you been in this courtroom practicing?
A year and a half.
And you know the policy of final pretrials and why we do it that way. And I have 3 cases set for trial and their priorities and trials are being set out a couple months out at this point. There's a reason why there's an offer extended in advance, the reason why you're supposed to talk to your client in advance, and the reason why the court sets a deadline for you to accept the offer. So she was fully advised of that. And was fully advised that that offer would expire at the time of final pretrial. But you chose to disregard my policy.
Your Honor, we were, as I say, I was prepared to go to trial. It was only through the further discussion leading up to it that it became even a possibility that things could be moved.
It became a what?
A reason for the plea to be entered. She was not open to that plea prior to that, so I couldn't advise the court that she would accept the plea. I had to proceed to trial, and I'm prepared to go to trial still. But in further discussions this last week with Ms. Roberts, it became clear that her preference was to actually settle. she, in discussions with her family, felt that perhaps her family had dissuaded her from making the decision she wanted to make.
Which is to go to trial, or I mean, which is to take a plea offer?
That's correct. That was the decision she wanted to make. She felt that her family perhaps had
Some
advised
influence.
her and influenced her to not do that.
I've noticed that your mom has been at all your court dates. She's not here today. I don't see her at least. Is she here today? I can't hear head nods. Okay. You want to accept the offer that was originally extended for disorderly jostling? You can have a seat. The record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jennifer Nenevan, file number 23-02304. Council appearance.
Your Honor, Subpoena Musali on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Ms. Vin.
Okay, and I think Ms. Vin has the priority case numbers for trial on assault and battery. We're calling in a jury.
Yes, Your Honor.
We can notify administration that we will proceed on the jury for Jennifer Vin. And your witnesses are present, correct?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you stay close. I gotta get through my morning docket, and then once the jury is here, we'll be able to begin jury selection, okay, sir? I mean, start beginning, ma'am? Okay, sir? I was looking at you, but you're looking at her. Counsel?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, I had asked if I should greet you.
But you're fine. That's fine. You can greet me.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so if you, I don't know if you have, did you pay at a meter or something, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you need to make sure you got sufficient time between now. The jury probably be here around 10:30. I expect to be trying to move forward with getting them up here to start the jury selection, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any additional matters before we go off the record on this one?
So I can need to leave my car
Absolutely,
till 10:30.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay. Withdrew your car, but we should expect to see you back here because we don't want to go looking for you. We also don't want you to be gone too far because anything can happen when you start driving around. So you just want to move your car, or if you're at a meter, be at a 10-hour meter.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll see you back in a minute.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, back on the record in the matter of other people of the state of Michigan versus Hemride and file number 24-01319. The interpreter was already sworn in. I think we were waiting to see if there were witnesses. Can the interpreter hear me?
Yes, Judge, I'm here. Yes.
Okay, prosecution is your necessary witnesses here.
Yes.
Okay, and we're continuing to trial on this.
No, Your Honor. Mr. Rye has accepted an offer from the prosecutor whereby he will plead guilty to domestic violence under the 769.4A sentencing program.
जज साहबले सोध्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो कसरी अगाडि बढिन्छ भनेर। तपाईको वकिलले भन्नुभयो तपाईँ अफर दिएको रहेछ सरकारी पक्षले, त्यसलाई स्वीकारेर गल्ती स्वीकारेर भनिन्छ गिल्टी प्ली गरेर घरेलु हिंसा सम्बन्धितको कुरोलाई चाहिँ त्यसरी अगाडि बढाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ अरे।
This is a different plea offer that was than what was offered before the final plea trial, correct?
अस्तिको भन्दा अहिलेको अफर फाल्टै हो छुट्टै हो भनेर सरकारी वकिललाई सोध्दै हुनुहुन्छ।
Not to my knowledge, Your Honor.
I think it's the same, has been, I believe, domestic violence.
I have an email in my file, went to you from the prosecutor, offer disorderly jostling, which is the same note that I put in my file.
उहाँहरू हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ कुन चाहिँ अफर दिएको थियो पहिला भनेर। मलाई ठ्याक्कै थाहा भएन भन्नुभयो होला सरकारी वकिलले। तपाईको वकिलले बताउन खोज्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो जज साहबले मेरो नोटमा यस्तो लेखेको छ भन्ने हुनुहुन्छ।
Sorry, I'm going back to June 18th, DV was 769.4A, May 15th, 769.4A. I don't have anything that says disorderly jostling.
Okay, that was the note that I have here from June 17th. But in addition to that, oh, you know what, I think this is. I'm gonna just go file.
नोट हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ जुन 17 तारिककोमा चाहिँ त्यतिखेरको नोटमा के लेखेको छ भनेर जज साहबले भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ वकिलजीले जुन 18 र मे 15 को के लेखेको थियो त्यो बताइदिनु भयो।
I see your communication with the court, as it relates to accepting the offer. I don't see,
We talking about China Roberts or him, right?
I'm talking about him wrong. I don't see any.
मैले देखेँ तपाईँले एक्सेप्ट गरेको अफर भनेर अदालतलाई जानकारी गराएको कुरो भन्नुभयो। उहाँहरू दोधारमा परे जस्तो कसको बारेमा भन्नुभयो भन्दै हुनुहुन्थ्यो। म हेमराईकै बारेमा कुरा गर्दैछु भन्नुभयो जज साहबले।
This being a final pretrial, I notified the prosecutor. I did not notify the court as to what our intentions were. My understanding is that domestic violence was the only offer that has been made.
We have a police chief.
मैले प्रोसिक्युटरलाई चाहिँ जानकारी गराएको हो, अदालतलाई चाहिँ जानकारी गराइन, सरकारी पक्षको वकिल प्रोसिक्युटरलाई चाहिँ जानकारी गराएको हो भन्ने हुनुहुन्छ।
Okay, and you have a advice of rights.
Your Honor, Mr. Rye does not read the English language, so I didn't complete an advice of rights. I couldn't have him swear that he understands what's on that piece of paper. I have verbally talked to him about it through an interpreter when he met with us at our office.
Okay.
उहाँले के भन्नुभयो भने तपाईको अधिकारहरू हुन्छन्, यसरी गल्ती स्वीकार अगाडि बढ्दा ती अधिकारहरूको बारेमा मेरो अफिसमा दोभाषी भएको बेलामा इन्टरप्रेटर भएको बेलामा मैले मौखिक रूपमा बताएको थिएँ भन्ने हुनुहुन्छ। अब उहाँले अंग्रेजी बुझ्नु हुँदैन भनेर भनिदिनु भयो।
Okay, Mr. Rai, you want to plead guilty to an amended charge of domestic violence?
राईजी तपाईँ घरेलु हिंसा सम्बन्धित फेरबदल गरेको रहेछ उनीहरूले, त्यसमा चाहिँ गल्ती स्वीकार अगाडि बढ्दै हुनुहुन्छ हो? Yes.
Raise your right hand. You
नानी हात
solemnly
उठाउनु।
swear or affirm
तपाईले जे जति भन्नुहुन्छ अहिले
testimony you're going to give
जुन आफ्नो भनाइहरू यहाँ अहिले राख्नुहुन्छ
is the truth and the whole truth,
तपाईले सही सत्य मात्रै भन्नुहुन्छ, त्योदेखि फाल्टु केही भन्नुहुन्न।
under penalty of perjury.
ढाँट्यो भनेदेखि सजाय लाग्न सक्छ, सही सत्य मात्रै भन्नुहुन्छ हो? Yes.
You can put your hand down.
राख्नुहोस्।
You have several rights that you need to understand.
तपाईका अधिकारहरू पनि रहन्छन्, त्यो पनि तपाईले बुझिराख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ।
And that you would need to be willing to give up
अनि तपाईले यसरी गल्ती स्वीकार अगाडि बढ्दा त्यो अधिकारहरूलाई छुटाउनु हुन्छ, त्यसो गर्न तयार हुनु पर्यो।
before you can plead guilty to domestic violence.
तपाईले घरेलु हिंसा सम्बन्धितको गल्ती स्वीकार्दाखेरि
First is that you have the right to the presumption of innocence.
अब तपाई निर्दोष हुनुहुन्छ भनेर लिन्छ कानुनले चाहिँ।
You understand that?
त्यो कुराहरू बुझ्नु भयो नि हैन?
You're innocent until proven
Yes.
guilty.
अब तपाईलाई कानुनको नजरमा निर्दोषै लिन्छ जबसम्म तपाईलाई दोषी ठहर गरिँदैन, त्यसो भन्न खोज्दै हुनुहुन्छ।
You have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt.
अब तपाईको अधिकारको कुरा हो, मलाई गल्ती ठहर गर्नुहोस् भनेर सरकारी पक्षलाई भन्न तपाईले पाउने अधिकार रहन्थ्यो।
By proving each element
अब के लगाएको छ तपाईलाई आरोप, त्यसको पनि प्रत्येक सानो सानो भाग हुन्छन्, एलिमेन्ट भनिन्छ, त्यो प्रुफ गर्नु पर्यो।
of the charge being brought against you
जुन चाहिँ अभियोग तपाईलाई लगाएको छ त्यसको बारेको,
beyond a reasonable doubt.
अनि त्यसमा कुनै पनि शंका नराखिकन त्यसरी प्रमाणहरू पूर्ण रूपमा प्रस्तुत गरेर मात्रै दोषी ठहर्याउन मिल्छ।
You have the right to remain silent at trial.
अब तपाईको मुद्दा अगाडि बढ्नु थियो सुनवाईको लागि भने तपाई चुपचाप बस्न पाउने अधिकार रहन्थ्यो। अर्को
Not have silence be used against you.
अनि तपाईँ चुपचाप बस्दाखेरि यसले गल्ती गरेको रहेछ भनेर तपाईँलाई त्यसरी लिन पनि मिल्दैन थियो।
You have the right to see, hear, or question
अब तपाईँको अर्को अधिकार भनेको तपाईँले हेर्न पाउने, देख्न पाउने, प्रश्न पनि सोध्न पाउने त्यो पनि रहन्थ्यो।
any and all witnesses called to testify against you at your trial.
त्यो चाहिँ के को बारेमा भन्दा जति पनि गवाईहरू तपाईँको विरुद्धमा आएर बोल्ने थिए सुनवाई भएको बेलामा उनीहरूको कुरा सुन्न र प्रश्न सोध्न पाइन्थ्यो भन्ने कुरा।
You have the right to remain silent at trial.
त्यो सुनवाई हुँदाखेरि चुपचाप बस्न पाउने अर्को अधिकार तपाईँको रहन्थ्यो।
And not have silence be used against you.
अनि त्यसरी चुपचाप बस्दाखेरि यो मान्छे गल्ती गरेर नबोलेको रहेछ भनेर लिन मिल्दैन।
You have the right to call your own witnesses.
अब आफ्नै गवाईहरू आफ्नो पक्षको त्यो पनि बोलाएर ल्याउन सक्नुहुन्छ तपाईँले।
To be subpoenaed to testify on your behalf.
अब आउन नमान्नेहरूलाई अदालतले चिठी पठाएर सपिना भन्छ त्यसको मार्फत पनि झिकाइदिन्थ्यो।
At your trial.
अनि तपाईँको सुनवाईको बेलामा उहाँहरूलाई बोलाइदिन्थ्यो।
You have the right to plead guilty.
अब तपाईँको अधिकारको कुरो हो म गल्ती स्वीकार्छु भन्ने।
Plead not guilty.
Your Honor, if I may have the repetition, please.
Plead not guilty.
तपाईँले म गल्ती छुइनँ भनेर पनि भन्न सक्नुहुन्छ त्यो पनि तपाईँको अधिकारको कुरो हो।
Or stand mute.
अब चुपचाप त्यतिकै बस्न पनि सक्नुहुन्छ अरे।
Do you understand each of those rights?
अब यी सबै अधिकारहरू हुन् अहिले तपाईँलाई मैले बताएका यी कुराहरू बुझ्नुभयो नि होइन भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ? Yes.
You want to give those rights up?
अब तपाईँले गल्ती स्वीकारेपछि ती अधिकारहरू हराउँछन् त्यसो गर्न चाहनुहुन्छ? Yes.
Anyone threatening you to give those rights up?
अब तपाईँले ती अधिकारहरूलाई गुमाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ त्यसो गरेर अगाडि बढ्दै हुनुहुन्छ नि त होइन? Yes.
Who's threatening you? Who's threatening you?
Your Honor, if I may have the repetition, it's breaking for some reason, sorry.
Who is threatening you?
तपाईँलाई कसैले धम्की लगाएको छ अहिले? The interpreter did not hear Mr. Rai, Your Honor.
Can you speak up?
तपाईँ सारो आवाजमा भन्नुहोस् त आवाज सुनिएन कि त्यो भएपछि बुझाबुझ भएन यहाँनिर। तपाईँलाई कसले धम्की लाउँदैछ?
छैन लाएको।
No, nobody is doing that.
I asked you, is anybody threatening you to get you to give those rights up? You said yes.
तपाईँलाई अघि के सोधेको थियो रहेछ प्रश्न भने कसैले धम्की लाएर त्यो अधिकारहरू गुमाएर गल्ती स्वीकार अगाडि बढ भनेको छ भन्दा तपाईँले हो भन्नुभयो अरे अघि त्यही भएर सोधेको अरे किन गल्ती भयो कि अघि के भयो? Okay, I did not understand clearly earlier, that is why.
Okay. Anybody threatening you to get you to give those rights up?
तपाईलाई कसैले धम्की गरेर चाहिँ गल्ती स्वीकार्नु भनेको हो? No.
Any promises being made to you if you plead guilty?
तपाईलाई म केही दिन्छु भनेर लोभ देखाएर गल्ती स्वीकार्न लगाएको हो?
होइन।
No.
As to them in the charge of domestic violence, how do you plead?
अब तपाईको त्यो घरेलु हिंसा सम्बन्धितको मुद्दा रहेछ त्यसमा तपाई कसरी अगाडि बढ्दै हुनुहुन्छ गल्ती छु भनेर या गल्ती छुइन भनेर?
गल्ती छु भनेर।
I am pleading guilty.
Is that because you believe you're guilty?
किनभने तपाई गल्ती हुनुहुन्छ त्यसकारणले त्यसो गर्नु भएको हो? Yes.
Do you understand that if you plead guilty and if the pleas entered that it could have impact on travel or immigration status you may be seeking?
अब तपाईले त्यसरी गल्ती स्वीकार अगाडि बढ्दाखेरि तपाईको आप्रवास सम्बन्धित इमिग्रेसन भनिन्छ त्यसमा अथवा यात्रा गर्न बाहिर घुम्न डुल्न जानओर्नमा असर पर्न सक्छ त्यो कुरो याद छ नि होइन भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ
हजुर
यस
You also may need to report a conviction to your employer or on a future job application.
अब तपाईँले यसरी म गल्ती स्वीकार अगाडि बढ्छु भनिसके पछाडि म दोषी ठहरिएको थिएँ अदालतबाट भन्ने कुरा काममा अथवा कामको लागि एप्लिकेसन भर्दाखेरि त्यताउता पनि यो कुरा बताउनुपर्छ याद छ नि होइन Your Honor, I did not hear Mr. Rai clearly.
हजुर हजुर
Yes, yes.
That's a factual basis.
अब तपाईँको
Thank you.
तथ्य के भएको थियो त भनेर बताउनुहुन्छ है त वकिल साहबले
हस्
Mr.
Okay.
Rai, were you on or about May 1st, 2024 at the address of 5725 LaPorte Drive?
तपाईँ त्यो मे महिनाको 1 तारिक 2024 सालमा 5725 रहेछ त्यो अहिले ठाउँको नाम भन्नुभयो कि ड्राइभ भनेर त्यो ठाउँमा हुनुहुन्थ्यो अरे
हजुर पहिले
Yes. You mean
And that's
in,
in the,
at that time?
I'm sorry, did you have something to say, sir? I didn't.
Mr. Rai said, you mean at that time?
Yes.
हजुर Yes.
And that's in the city of Lansing, the city of Lansing, county of Ingham, correct?
ल्यान्सिङमै हो त्यो ल्यान्सिङ सिटीमै हो अन्त इङ्गम काउन्टीमा हो नि त होइन
हजुर हो
Yes.
And you had an argument that evening with your wife, Krishna Maya Gurung Rai, correct?
त्यतिखेर तपाईँको श्रीमती कृष्ण माया गुरुङ राईसँग भनाभैरी भएको थियो रहेछ हो
हजुर हजुर
Yes,
And
yes.
during that, thank you. And during that argument, you made physical contact with Miss Rai, correct?
अनि त्यो भनाभैरी हुँदाखेरि तपाईँले हातपात गर्नु भएछ हो राईलाई श्रीमतीलाई
हातपात गरेको जस्तो लाग्दैन खै हातपात गर्यो
I might have become physical at that time. I don't feel like, but I might have done it.
Okay.
I can't accept.
Might have done it is not pleading guilty. I did it is pleading guilty. Make sure
मैले
you
गरे
understand.
मैले गरे जस्तो लाग्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ तपाईँको गल्ती स्वीकार र यहाँ अदालतले अगाडि बढाउँदैन मैले पक्का गरे भन्नुभयो भने मात्रै स्वीकार छ अरे अदालतले गरे
हजुर
भन्नु पर्यो
हजुर गरे
I did it.
He already said that he didn't think so. Why didn't he think so?
तपाईँले अघि भन्नुभयो मैले त्यसो गरे जस्तो चाहिँ लाग्दैन भन्नुभयो अरे किन त्यस्तो भन्नुभएको त
मैले कुरा बुझिनँ नि
Because I did not quite clearly understood.
He didn't understand what?
के चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ कुरा बुझ्नु भएन
हजुरले भन्नुभएको के भन्नु बुझिनँ हो मैले उयो गरेको भन्नु भएको थियो अनि त्यो बुझिनँ अलिकति
प्लिज रिपिट फेरि भन्नुहोस् त अलि साह्रो राईजी प्लिज रिपिट
मैले कुरा नबुझेर भनेको गिल्टी त मैले भनिसकेको थिएँ मैले उयो गरेको हो होइन उयो गरिसकेको थिएँ त्यो हो कि होइन जस्तो भएर भन्छ
I guess I did not clearly understand. I had already said I'm pleading guilty, and when that same question came, so I wasn't sure what was that meaning.
Okay, how did you make contact with Krishna Rai? What did you do?
कृष्ण राईलाई के गर्नुभयो तपाईँले त्यतिखेर उसलाई के गर्नुभयो
मैले त्योले के अरे पानीको बोतल खाएको थिएँ
Your Honor, if I may ask him to speak up little louder. अलि साह्रो भन्नुहोस् त के गर्नुभयो
म पानीको बोतल फ्याँकेको थिएँ
I threw the water bottle at her.
Any further questions?
No further questions, Your Honor.
अरू केही प्रश्न छ भन्नुभयो वकिल साहबलाई? छैन भन्नुभयो उहाँले।
Questions from
Okay.
prosecution?
Nothing, Your Honor.
सरकारी पक्षको केही थप्नु छ भन्दा उहाँले पनि छैन भन्नुभयो।
Court satisfied with the factual basis.
तपाईको भकै रहेछ भन्ने कुरा अदालतले ठहर गर्यो।
Actually, you threw the bottle that was not in self-defense, correct?
तपाईले पानीको बोतल फ्याँक्नु भयो आफैलाई जोगाउनका लागि त होइन नि त, होइन?
हजुर होइन।
करेक्ट।
Okay. I'll accept your plea. I find it to be freely and voluntarily given.
अब तपाईँ म गल्ती स्वीकार्छु भन्नुभयो, त्यो तपाईँले जानेर बुझेर सोचेर गरेको रहेछ भनेर लिइदिनु भयो जज साहबले।
Your matter set for sentencing.
अब तपाईलाई सजाय के सुनाउने त भनेर उहाँहरूले एउटा तारिख तयार गर्नुहुन्छ अरे।
September 3rd.
त्यो चाहिँ सेप्टेम्बर 3 तारिक
At 9 a.m.
तपाईको बिहान 9 बजे।
When you leave here today, you need to go downstairs to probation.
अब तपाईँ त्यहाँबाट निस्केपछि त्यहाँ एउटा निकाय रहेछ प्रोबेसन भन्ने, त्यसकोमा जानुहोस् अरे। डाउन स्टेयर तल्लो तल्लामा।
The interpreter is going to have to somehow make contact with probation because I ordered an in-person interpreter.
अब उहाँले दोबासे खुदै आउनु भनेको थियो रहेछ त्यहाँनेरि, त्यो कसरी व्यवस्था गर्छन् उनीहरूले त्यसो गर्नुपर्छ भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ।
That they can get you set up for a pre-sentence interview.
अनि त्यो पछाडि चाहिँ तपाईलाई सजाय दिनुभन्दा अगाडि सोधपुछ गर्छन् क्या उनीहरूले, प्री सेन्टेन्स भन्छ इन्टरभ्यूको लागि, त्यसको लागि भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ।
Do you have any questions?
केही प्रश्न छ तपाईको? No question.
Okay, I don't know if they have a Zoom ID. If the interpreter can hang tight, I'll find out if there's a Zoom ID in probation that we can have you log into, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, off the record.
सक्यो है त अहिलेको लागि। तपाईँ प्रोबेसनमा जानुपर्छ, तल्लो स्टेयरमा पर्खिनुहोस् एकछिन।
Back on the record. Where's Lydia Maris? She doesn't need to come. I just need to give her a new date because her case wasn't the priority one. Actually, you can have, I just confirm with her that she's still declining the offer. An extra trial date for her.
Yes, Your Honor, she confirmed she's denying her, sorry, declining.
Oh, September 10th. Trial September 10th.
I'm waiting for,
Not wait anymore. I have sufficient time. I just take the ones we got. They don't take them a week to send me the things. Okay, let's see. That was mayor's. We'll put out her notice. Okay, back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus China Roberts. 23-03624. Also parents.
Honors, Colonel Musawi on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of China Roberts.
Okay, Ms. Roberts, you want to accept the offer, which is for you to plead guilty to amended charge of disorderly jostling. No objection to sentencing under HYTA if you're eligible, correct? Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Put your hand down. If you have an advice of rights and pre-information sheet, it's 2 pages. The second page bears a signature. Is that yours? Can you speak up a little louder?
Yes.
Would you read these documents? You understand each of the rights listed here? Do you have any questions about those rights? So you want to give up all of those rights today to plead guilty to disorderly jostling? You understand that you have the presumption of innocence. That's a right that you have to be considered innocent until the people prove you guilty. You understand that? And you want to give up that right. You have the right to proceed to jury trial, and you have the right to require the prosecution prove each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt at your jury trial. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used against you. You can waive your silence and testify at your trial if you'd like. You have the right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf at your trial. You have the right to see, hear, or question any of the witnesses the prosecution calls, and you have the right to cross-examine them. You understand that? Let me give up each of those rights. Anybody threatening you to do that? Has there been any promises made to get you to want to plead guilty to disorderly jostling? Are you currently on probation or on parole? You understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer, or you may need to put this conviction on a future job application. It also could have impact on travel or immigration status you may be seeking. So you may want to go on vacation and you may be denied access to that country because of this conviction. You understand that? As to the amended charge of disorderly jostling, how do you plead? Is that because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
Tell me what you did to make you guilty of disorderly jostling.
Yeah, made a little contact.
You speak up a little louder.
Made a little contact.
With whom?
And I hit my car.
Okay, so you were in a car accident.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know the person's name?
I just know Bob, that's Lucia.
Nasia, last name Nickens, sound familiar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you got into a car accident, and then when you say you made a little contact, what does that mean? You're not talking about the car accident contact, are you? You approached her car? And then what did you do when you approached her car? You got closer and close proximity to her, pointing your fingers in her? Were you yelling? Okay. What else did you do?
That was all that happened.
Mr. Lee is her. Show me what you did.
No.
How is that disorderly, Jocelyn? Sounds like communication using her hands.
Into her car when you were pointing at her?
No.
So your arm wasn't in the car when you were pointing at her?
No, I was just pointing at her like that, and I just felt some type
You were pointing at her like this? Like you hit my car?
Yeah.
And did you say you were gonna do something to her for it? Did you threaten her?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I just felt that when my mom beat the scene, it just made it worse. They were going back.
You said when your mom what?
When my mom came into the scene, they were going like a back and forth, and then the police was threatening me to take me to jail.
Okay.
And
When your mom got there, how did your mom get there have any impact on your behavior though?
I called her, I let her know that I took the accident and.
No, I mean, what were you doing that the police started to threaten you?
Because my mom kept trying to argue with him, so if she was to put her hands on her, I was to go to jail for it.
If your mom was to put your hands on her, you're gonna go to jail for it?
Because she said that I hit her, she told the police that.
Did you hit her?
No.
My understanding of the facts is different than what has been recorded here today, and thus I would agree with your honor. I don't hear a crime.
I don't either. We can continue to trial. I'll give you a new date. Yes, ma'am. He's free to go.
Yes.
Okay, the interpreter's free to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Is that Labor Day? Are we calling it juries? I don't remember when Labor Day is. I think it is. Or the day after Labor Day. They typically don't let us call in jury the week of holiday, but let me call in weekend. I don't know why they didn't see it.
To our voicemail system. Welcome to our voicemail system. You have
Okay, September 17th. I'm inclined to believe she has the priority number for that because it's a 23 case. Okay, we'll see September 17th at 8 a.m., okay? We'll get you a copy of your notice to appear at any additional matters for today's record.
Proceed for your honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you.
You're all set. Representing John Heather. Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus John Scott Heather, file number 24-01274, council appearance.
Your honors, Ken Only on behalf of the people.
Jacob Raleigh on behalf of Mr. Senator.
Okay, this was a matter that was set for a second pretrial. There was an offer for him to plead to an amended charge of attempted retail fraud. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, my client is not prepared to accept that offer today. Our intention is to continue negotiations, so that's another court date he said. That's at least a possibility of bargaining to continue to that date.
Was there a counter offer made to the prosecution?
Not as of this moment, Your Honor. That's something that's,
So what are we continuing for?
I would like to discuss it with the prosecution. We said not had an opportunity this week.
The next available court date. August 6th at 8:30. You have any questions today, Mr. Heather?
No, I do not.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing to defense.
Nothing for paper round.
You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Speak to my witnesses from the Roberts case.
Thank you. You said last name is Logan? Okay, you can have a seat and we'll have you meet with the prosecution when they're available, okay? Let's see.
What's that?
No,
not for me.
Oh, yeah, they went, they just said they said they went from basic, they kept walking.
Representing Rubarski. Anybody representing Rubarski? Yeah, Rubarski is on. Okay, on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan, I don't need it back, thank you, versus Tamara Rubarski, file number 24-01-259 and 1260. A council appearance, please.
Trustee Chagas for the people.
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Tamara Robarski.
I don't know why it's showing here, but that's not who's in here. So, Ms. Rubarski, can you unmute, please? Okay, today's the date set for pre-trial. I have 2 dog license vaccinations. And these matters were set because the parties had not spoken at the last court date. How are we proceeding today?
Yes, Your Honor, I think we actually had 3 dog licenses on the ticket. But I only saw 2 on the docket. However, we have received compliance for all 3 that the dogs are licensed, vaccinated, and we will be dismissing for compliance.
Okay, the cases are dismissed. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
So someone's spoken to Mr. Logan.
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Okay. On the record in the matter, Mr. Logan, you can come up. The people of the state of Michigan versus Aloysius Logan, file number 24-01654. Council appearance.
Cassidy Chagas for the people.
Sir, you're representing yourself today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and today was the date set for pre-trial. This is for registration and proper use. DPW. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Logan has informed me that he does have the vehicle properly registered, but he doesn't have that proof with him today. So I've requested that once he gets a chance to email that to me, and I can forward it to the court. And if he does so, then we will be dismissing for compliance. If it is the proper registration.
Okay, I'll reset this to give you time to show them your proper proof, okay? August 6th at 8:30. August 6th at 8:30. Do you have any questions today, sir? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Not for the people.
We'll get you a notice to remind you of your next court date, okay? But if they dismiss before that, you don't need to appear, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. See Carly Campbell at all?
I have not seen Ms. Campbell. It's not her to miss work. She was scheduled for dismissal this morning. I called her and left a voicemail and asked her to appear via Zoom if she can. I'm not really sure why she's not.
Do they provide evidence for dismissal?
Yeah, she
Yes.
provided that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're happy to dismiss. We've got the registration right.
What about Carlos Diaz Torrance, dog license master? Is Carlos Diaz Torres here?
Yeah, outside, but usually he comes on his Zoom, so I'm not sure.
He's not on my Zoom.
Okay.
Who's representing Elijah Juan Granberry? Is he on the phone?
I'm actually about to go talk to Jake right now. We think we have a pre-offer that he's
For
gonna-
Granberry?
For Granberry.
Okay, he's on Zoom.
Okay.
Can you ask him about DS Torrance if he's here? DS Torrance.
And who's representing Rochelle Coronet? Markinecki? Markinecki's representing. Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Elijah Granberry, file number is 24-01554. I don't know why it's doing that. She's not on Zoom anymore. Can you hear us, Mr. Granberry?
Yes, Your Honor.
Council, can I have your appearance?
Jacob Rowley on behalf of Mr. Granberry.
Okay, let's see. This matter was set for a pre-trial. Looks like there was an offer for defendant to plead guilty or no contest due to lack of memory. Set for in person today.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't entirely sure. What was us?
How are we proceeding?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to request final pretrial on this case.
Okay, just so you're entirely sure, you must appear in person for your next court date, okay?
Okay, I apologize.
Final trial, August 6th. Jury trial. September 10th. Okay, final pretrial is gonna be August 6th, in person at the court at 8 o'clock in the morning. Jury trial is going to be September 10th, in person at the court at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any questions today? Mr. Granberry, do you have any questions?
Oh, no, I don't have any questions at all.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Not for people.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, sir.
Actually, I do. Next court date. When was it? August 6th. At what time?
8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
You're all set, sir. Mr. Ockenick is representing the show. Marguerite with Johnson, and somebody needs to be arraigned. Is that our file? Yeah. I can do it.
You let her know.
Yes, please. Anybody see, Brandon McKinney's in custody? Is that Mr. Lee's case?
Yes.
Is Brandon McKinney yours?
Yes,
Mr.
it
Lee?
is.
Mr. Lee?
That's what we're talking about right now.
I'm gonna have him brought up.
Okay.
Did you speak to him already?
I did, yes. But I may have to speak to him again based on what I'm being told right now.
Oh, he's here.
Are we gonna stop at around 12 by any chance?
I'm hoping we stop him before then.
I needed to move my car and it finishes at 12, so I wanted to make
Oh.
sure we have a chance.
Just remind me.
Will do, thank you.
You ready for Mr. McKinney?
Well, I need to understand why he needs to speak to McKinney about, you speaking to, Mr. Lee, you have to speak to him about sentencing?
I don't know, Your Honor, there's some,
There's a small issue. Well, I don't know if I want to say that or what.
just talk to him.
Well, does he have to be, do you have to speak to him about sentencing? Because I'm trying to decide if he needs to be brought up now or not, because I have to sentence him. But if you need to go and speak to him, then you need to go downstairs to do it, because that room is closed for jury.
Yeah, I think that we have a question, Your Honor. But it's my
About this file.
understanding on the file, yeah. It's my understanding that even if you are sentenced on a bond violation, you are still eligible for 769.4A. That the prosecutor is telling me is probably not true.
It was a bond violation occurring after the guilty plea and before sentencing. And the violation did include contact with the victim.
Oh, I.
You said him sentenced on a bond violation made him uneligible or ineligible for 769.4A.
I believe so.
Well, he hasn't been sentenced on a bond violation yet, but he intends to plead guilty. And one of the violations is that he had contact with the complaining witness. And so the question is, does that negate his ability to participate in the 769?
I'm looking at sections.
So he pled no contest to, wait a minute, bond violation. In this file?
From what I understand, I believe it's the same file, Your Honor. He
I don't have a entry of a plea on it. I see.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
We
he
had
hasn't
that
pled on
here.
it.
He hasn't pled.
Oh, not on the bond violation.
We pled on the original case.
Yeah.
Yes,
So he does, yeah, it's set for a hearing on bond violation today.
and the sentencing, I believe, as well.
Correct. We have a witness here.
Yes, we do. For
Well, it sounds like you need to talk to your client. We won't bring, I hope Lon's gonna go get him. We won't bring him up. You can go down and talk to him. Mr. Akiniki, you're here on Orianic.
Is that my dog or your dog? Oh, sorry, I lost track of a couple. What's that last name?
He's gotta go down to talk to his client, so we won't bring him up now.
Okay, and Cody is prepping her files.
Okay, sounds good. She can come sit in here. And is there a private room that the defendant can sit in?
I'll check.
Yeah.
Right.
On the record in the matter, the people matters, the people of the state of Michigan versus Rochelle Kornick. Phone numbers 24-011-757677. Council appearances.
Trustee Pacheco, for people, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Ackett, he's great. She's very good, so.
AIC are present via Zoom. There's 2 dog at large and then 1 dog malicious destruction of property. How are we proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. It is my understanding that these dogs are not registered to Ms. Kornecki. Right. Yes. It's my understanding that they're not registered to her. So I do want to I'm at least able to dismiss the dog at large ones. However, I do want to check into the victim. I was able to contact him, but was not able to contact him for long as he said I need to call him back later. So I do want to get in touch with him for the MDOP before we dismiss that one as well.
So you're looking to dismiss the 2 dog at large because they're not registered to Ms. Kornick?
Based on my understanding, yes.
However, you want to set the MDOP for another date because you believe they're not registered to this defendant. You believe she still may have some liability on this.
I'm not 100% sure, Your Honor. I haven't been able to figure that part out yet.
Okay, do we need to set up a final pretrial and order the complaining witness to appear?
Yes. Or what's it? Pre-trial?
I think it's the final trial.
Yeah, it's final pre-trial, then, Your Honor.
I'll set up a final pretrial, August 6th, August 6th, 8 a.m. in person at the court. No problem. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing for me.
Not from people, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions, Ms. Kornick?
No.
You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Raleigh, I think Shana Johnson is logging back in. Let's see. Have we seen Carlos Diaz Torres?
Not seen.
Sure, bench warrant. I don't know. Oh, there it is. On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Shania Johnson, file numbers 24-01892, council appearance.
Trustee Pacheco, for the people, Your Honor.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Shania Johnson.
Shania Johnson is present via Zoom. Today's the date and time that's scheduled for pre-trial. And this is for a assault and battery. How we proceed?
I believe the people are still trying to get in touch with the victim, and I don't.
My request, Your Honor, would be for a second pre-trial conference, so we can, hopefully the people will get in touch with you. So we can-
Did you find it sleep with mental health violation as ordered by the court? For assessment. Just to do that within 5 days of her arraignment. Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Okay, when you were arraigned by Judge Buchanan, there was an order for you to seek a mental health assessment within 5 days. Did you do that?
I don't really have transportation. I was trying to find one to do online because I really don't have transportation. And my doctor doesn't want me to do a lot of walking. So if there's one I can try to do online, but as far as going up and getting the assessment and having to continue therapy and stuff, I would have to do that online. I don't have transportation.
Mr. Riley, were you aware of that court order? You're gonna probably want to speak to your client, because if she doesn't get it done for the next 5 days, which at this point, it's been almost 30 days since that order, I'm revoking her bond. You don't have to worry about transportation. We'll writ you if your bond's revoked, okay? From the jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Get it done in 5 days, or you'll be in jail until we resolve this matter. Those are your two options.
Okay.
Talk to your attorney about how you can get that done within the next 5 days. Give me a person court date, please. Your next court date's August 6th, 8:30, in person at the court.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Not from the defense, Your Honor.
You're all set for today, Ms. Johnson.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oh, this is a good time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good time. You should fail to appear. And I hate to put people in jail for dog license. It is what it is. You just literally have time. Okay.
Feed either. Maybe barking by that time.
I wasn't lightweight.
Yeah.
I'd be sick.
Yeah, me too. Cool. That's awesome.
No luck. Okay, thank you. I'm sure that's what you want.
Yeah, probably, yeah. When you read the statute,
This is what you feared.
But, oh, yeah, because it's the fifth time.
They said.
On the record, in the matter of the people of the city of Lansing versus Alicia Morales Limones, file number 24L285082, 24L28610881, 24L28610882, 24L28588083, 24-01637, 24-01678, 24-01689, 24-01690. Council appearance.
Assistant Public Defender Jacob Raleigh appearing on behalf of the defendant for the purpose of arraignment.
Okay, today's date for an arraignment. Let's start with this file and then 8082. You failed to appear for improper plate registration back on the 8th. Failed to appear on the 8th on that. This one, so I defaulted you. Fault on that one. So it's just yesterday. You should get your dates mixed up.
Actually, I don't have phone, so my boyfriend, he goes to work at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get up to look at the date or anything, but I knew it was coming up. It was my fault. I'm sorry.
I appreciate your candor. It was a day late. You're a day late, so I'm gonna set aside the defaults on the civil infractions. And quash the benchmarks on the misdemeanors. They're now gonna be scheduled for a pretrial on Monday, July 22nd at 9:30 in the morning, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You say you don't have a phone?
I don't have a phone. I use his phone, but he works every day, Monday through Saturday.
So you'll come in person then on that date, okay? The only other option that you have, I don't know if you have an attorney on these?
I'm not sure.
I do see that you do have an attorney. Do we know who our attorney is, Mr. Lee?
Can look that up.
I'm trying to get my license, so I have to take care of all this.
Gotcha. Mr. Lee, are you representing Ms. Morales Limones, who was supposed to be here yesterday?
Yes.
Okay, well, she got her days mixed up, so she's here today. And I don't know if there was already an offer, because we're setting it for July 22nd, but if there was an offer, or if you wanted to go down and have her sit and you go and contact the city who's one floor down to see if there is an offer, I can properly set this if it's her goal to just try to get her license.
I believe that the offer was for to dismiss for compliance, if that was possible.
So you have to get your license and they would dismiss the licensing. But there's about 7 cases here, so.
I know I've never tried to do anything about my tickets.
He said feature out like July 22nd at 9:30. That's what he wrote in here. That's what he said, that's why I can't help it, so that's what he said. This definitely says arraignment on the file.
Yeah.
He said it wrong. Counsel.
So the prosecutor, the city attorney that is, informed us that she has one suspension due to an unpaid ticket and believes that she can get her license restored. So we need like time for her to get it.
Where's the unpaid ticket at?
54A.
What's the roll?
I'm not sure. Sorry.
Let's see if we can find the unpaid ticket and tell her how much she owes today. Maybe she can pay today. This is still her license? Yeah.
proof of insurance in 2023.
Yeah, is it the 2-3 at the top? Is this position going? It says default, Secretary of State. They put it, go back, did they put an SOS on there? Yeah, so yeah, that one's suspending your license. You owe 186, 264. You owe 264, what's going on with 186, is that suspending your license too? You owe 264.
But that, would I be able to still get my license, or what is
You
suspended?
gotta pay that or else you're not gonna be able to get your license.
Okay, so just.
That's suspending your license.
264, and then I can get my license.
I don't see that. Yeah, you have to do that and then pay the clearance fee. And then you can get your license. You print the ROA on the one suspending her license.
So about 300 or so.
I'm printing it.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so 264, you owe a late penalty. The fine was originally $110, $40 for a civil infraction, state cost, $25 penalty was added. Let's see, there's a $25 reinstatement fee, $20 juror compensation fee, and a $44 late penalty. When can you pay?
I can say Friday.
How much you gonna pay on Friday?
Oh,
Well, I'll make a deal with you. If you pay $175 on Friday, I will waive the $25 reinstatement fee. I'll waive the $20 jury compensation fee and the $44 late penalty, but you gotta pay on Friday and you gotta come in here and show me proof that you paid.
okay.
Okay? I need this file so I can write that note on there, so when she comes and pays, they know that she's going to, that it's waived on that Friday. Okay, so then the other date, which is the July 22nd, is that enough time after she pays that for her to get her license? We'll get the clearance, or should we put that out a little further?
I would probably put it out a little further today.
Oh.
August 12th at 9:30. August 12th at 9:30, okay? Court date, because you have a lot of files and some of them are civil infractions, so when you miss them, you get automatically fined. Do you understand that? Get your copy of your notice to appear. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Any additional matters for the record? Counsel?
No, no, nothing further.
Oh, we said that, the default to- Yeah, I'm setting aside the default. Thank you. You can have a seat, we'll get you to notice. Yeah, it's well.
Since there is no file. Never seen on this one, an electronic ticket.
Whatever they need, if they need a post-it note, whatever they need, it's on there. Or it's in the other file, this one right here, actually.
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do I have any more, like tickets or anything on there?
You have another one in there. I think that's the one that you owe 164 on.
So there's nothing else.
She has a couple that she owes on already. Oh, yeah, you got a few more. Are those the ones that I just defaulted yesterday, though?
I would set up payment arrangements for the rest of them.
I think all those might be setting us, we're gonna set those on the side. So, yeah.
It's
You have
just
one,
these two.
yeah, you have the 186, which is for a expired plate that you owe. And then the one we just talked about is the one that's suspending your license, you owe 264. And you, and you can,
Everything taken care of.
okay, sounds good. I'll put down a file for you. Set aside the defaults. Representing Mr. Torrance. He's in my waiting room. You can have a seat. He's here. He's just appeared. The Torrance file back, please. Representing Ivy Hughes. Are you representing Ivy Hughes?
No, I believe that is my Johnny's phone.
Oh, I'm here today.
Where did Mr. Lee go? On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Carlos Diaz Torrens, file number 24-01-062, council appearance.
Your Honor, Subpoena Almasawi on behalf of the people.
Jacob Riley on behalf of Mr. Torrance.
Mr. Torrens, where are you late?
Sorry, Your Honor. I was having trouble finding the meeting.
He was having trouble for 2 hours.
There was 10:30 the meeting, to my understanding.
8:30. He was supposed to be here at 8:30.
Sorry, Your Honor. I understood 10:30.
He said, I don't know how you understood that. Your paperwork says 8:30. I'm looking at it. Today's the date that was set for a pre-trial and assault and battery. How are we proceeding?
And there's been no offers extended at this time, and I think at this time our request would be for a final pretrial conference.
I'm be trying to August 13th. Jury trial September 10th.
September 10th.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Diaz-Torres, your next two court dates, you must appear in person. And on both of them, you must appear at 8 a.m. Is that clear?
Yes.
Your next court date is August 13th, in person, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then your jury trial is scheduled for September 10th, 8 a.m. in person at the court. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor. August 13 at 8 a.m.
Correct? In person.
in person. I will be there.
Thank you. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
You're all set. Thank you. Mr. Lee, are you representing Mr. Hughes?
I am, Your Honor.
You ready to proceed?
Yes, we are.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Irene Hughes in file number 24-01879. Appearance, please.
Sorry for the court. Sorry for the people, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee, hearing Irene Hughes.
Okay, today was the date scheduled for a pre-trial. And this is for a domestic assault or domestic violence. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the people would like to request an adjournment based on some details we got from the victim. We are trying to look into the incident a bit more, and we would like a little bit more time to complete our investigation on this matter.
How much time do you need?
The next couple of weeks should be good for us.
August 6th at 8:30. August 6th at 8:30. You have any questions today, Mr. Hughes?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, thank you.
Okay, we'll see you on August 6th.
At 8:30?
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'll
Thank
be
you.
there.
You're all set, Mr. Hughes. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Caden Helm, file number 24-00814, council appearance.
Helm is filing on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Patrick O'Keefe on behalf of the defendant.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial, breaking and entering illegal entry and malicious destruction less than 200. I have an offer here. It says the people are offering for the defendant to plead guilty to breaking and entering with no objection to HYTA status if eligible, dismiss MDOPP with restitution reserved for all counts. Is that what we're doing?
Slight modification, Your Honor. He's going to be entering a no contest plea because he can't remember a liquor list. So it's due to the lack of memory.
That's accurate. You don't remember, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you want to accept the offer other than that, but under a no contest plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury.
Yeah.
Okay, you can put your hand down. I have an advice of rights and plea information sheets, 2 pages. You read both of these pages.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand the rights listed here?
Yes.
And you've gone over those with your attorney already, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's your signature?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, you want to give up all of those rights today in order to accept the offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so that means that you would give up your right to the presumption of innocence. You're innocent until proven guilty. You have the right to require the prosecution to prove your guilt at trial by proving each element of the charges being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to remain silent at your trial and not have silence used against you. You have the right to see, hear, or question any other witnesses that the prosecution intends to call against you. You have the right to call your own witnesses to testify for you at trial, represent evidence that you believe show defense to these charges, and you can waive your right to silence and testify for yourself at trial. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody threatening you to give up those rights? And the promises being made if you give up the rights to enter a no contest plea.
No, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or on parole?
No.
You understand that by pleading no contest, a conviction could result that may require you to report this to your current employer or future employer.
Yes, Your Honor.
A conviction of this kind could also have impact on travel status or immigration status that you may be seeking.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, without understanding, you still want to give up those rights, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
As to breaking and entering, if guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
No contest.
We have a police report here from the Lansing Police Department. Let's see, case number 235-191-6468. Date of incident having occurred November 17, 2023 at approximately 12:35 in the morning at the area of 3518 Davison Drive, apartment 10, Lansing, Michigan, Ingham County, making venue appropriate. Alleged victim Kimberly Watts reports a burglary forced entry, named suspect being Caden Kenneth Helm. Victim alleges that, or advises she was sleeping when her 6-year-old son, Josiah Watts, came into her room telling her that there was someone in their house. Watts walked into the bathroom and saw Helm standing in her bathroom, breaking the mirror off the wall. She told him to leave and he refused.
And we'd also stipulate that Mr. Helm did not reside in that apartment.
That was gonna be my next question.
He went into the wrong apartment in a weapon stupor, if you will.
That's a stipulation, counsel? Oh, any further factual basis? Court satisfied with the factual basis. I find the reason for the no contest plea due to lack of memory to be appropriate. No contest plea is accepted. I find your plea to be freely, voluntarily, and intelligently made. This matter is going to be set for sentencing September 3rd. Does that work for you, Mr. Oki?
I believe so, Your Honor. If you just give me one brief moment. Consult my calendar. Yes, Your Honor, September 3rd. What time?
It's going to be at 9 o'clock in the morning. You can appear via Zoom. And the malicious destruction of personal property is dismissed. When you leave here, sir, you need to go down one floor to probation and check in with them so they can get you scheduled for a pre-sentence interview, okay?
I'll take them down, Your Honor.
Great. Do you have any questions for the court today, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set. Let's see, Mr. Lee Heredia. Did you talk to him already?
I attempted to finally come with him yesterday, Your Honor. We had some complications. However, I believe that we're looking for an adjournment today, both myself and the prosecutor, so. Yeah.
Yes.
You want it reset? How much time?
30 days, I believe, should probably be enough.
What's gonna happen in the 30 days?
Yeah.
There's currently they're working a global offer for the MDOP file.
Sounds good.
And the we don't know if he will be able to get his driving without a license. Or if he'll be able to obtain his license because of that.
Got
So
it.
if he's able to obtain his license, we can dismiss. If
Sounds
he's
good.
not, then we have an alternative offer.
Sounds good. August 13th at 8:30. August 13th, 8:30. So ready, and should we bring okay. Okay, it sounds like we're picking a jury second, so we got some time. We know. Yes. Does she have an attorney?
No, she's in posting. So, this is our situation.
This is Heather Helmet, file number 16-03670. Council appearance.
Your Honor, Subpoena Mustafa on behalf of the people.
Okay, and count, I'm sorry, Mrs. Helmet, you don't have counsel, correct?
Correct. Okay,
and so today is the date set for a pretrial. This is a retail fraud from 2016. And there was an offer.
Yes, Your Honor. The people believe that since this incident is over 8 years old and the defendant's record has been clean for the whole time period, we would like to amend it to a traffic violation of impeding traffic, if it's okay with Your Honor.
No problem. Was there restitution at all?
No, no need for restitution. Items were recovered.
The items were recovered. Okay.
did pay a fine to the store. It was a third party. I got the mail.
You paid a fine to the store?
Yeah, it was either the store or a third party so long ago. It was like $400.
Yeah, I couldn't,
Yeah.
couldn't tell you one way or the other. Nonetheless, how much was the amount alleged to have been taken?
As far as we know, it was $69.81.
Fine is $75. When can you pay that?
Today.
You to the criminal traffic counter. You can make payment today and you'll be on your way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sumner is late. She's here though. She's on Zoom. She's on Zoom.
Whatever works for you. Do you guys want to start with McKinney first? Or do you guys want to-
They have to bring them up.
Uh, I have not talked to Sumner. I've made several attempts to contact her. Would you like me to speak with her before we go on the record? Or do you want to?
Yes, Ms. Sumner? You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
I can. Your attorney needs to log in and speak to you, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Have we seen Kevin McKenna?
He's here.
Are we ready?
Yes, we can.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kevin McKenna, round number 24-01386, council appearance.
And almost seven on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Jacob Raleigh on behalf of Mr. McKenna.
Okay, Mr. McKenna, today's the date that was set for pre-trial and operating with a high blood alcohol content. Says there was an offer that was extended to plead guilty to operating while intoxicated. They would dismiss the high BAC. We set this for additional pre-trial. Counsel, how do you want to proceed?
At this time, negotiations are continuing. We have made a counter offer to the prosecution. I understand that you're considering that. I think, but this time our request would be just a couple of weeks so that they can get us a firm answer on that, at which time I think we'll be ready to resolve this case.
We got to get you to start speaking super louder because the jury's going to be in here in a minute. And I'm gonna have to turn on these fans. Okay, you need more time, couple weeks is sufficient?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, Your Honor.
At 10. August 6th. At 10. Do you have any questions today, sir?
No, Your Honor.
We'll get you a copy of it to appear. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for the people, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, sir.
Oh, still on it?
Ms. Sumner, you need to go to the breakout room. record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brandon McKinney, file number 24-00290 SM, council appearance.
Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee, appearing on behalf of Brandon McKinney.
Okay, today's the date and the time that was set for you to have a sentencing. I do have a pre-sentence report and recommendation. It was prepared on July 5th, 2024. Council, did you get a copy of it?
I do not know. Your Honor.
I did get it.
Did any need to make corrections, updates, or deletions?
Only one update, Your Honor. The credit for time served is listed 41 days as of July 5th. It should be 45 days as of July 9th, with 48 days suspended.
Is that including the time that was served, is being served for the PPO currently?
I'm just reading from the pre-sentence investigation report. He's gotten credit for time while he's been inside.
First credit as of 5th was 41 days. You're just saying
So
the
it'd be 4
update
days.
would be because he's still in custody.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no additional updates, that's correct.
No, nothing further.
Okay, and then in between the time that he pled no contest, there was a PA 53 violation. How are we proceeding on that violation?
Yes, Your Honor. So that is, there's two kind of issues involving that violation now, Your Honor. First, I would like to state that the defendant pled to, as you said, domestic violence, no contest, and that was a Killebrew to no upfront jail with no objective to 7694A status. The two issues are, we don't believe that the defendant is eligible to withdraw his plea based on 6.130B3. And that the defendant, we don't believe, is no longer eligible for that 7694A status because of the violation in subsection 4C. So with regards to 7694A status, looking at subsection B, the court shall enter an adjudication of guilt for a violation of a no contact order, and there was one issued in this case. This does not apply this does apply while the defendant is on bond, not just on probation. For subsections 4A and subsection 2 specifically refer to probation, where to probation violations, where subsection 4C does not. So the defendant did not need to be on probation to no longer be eligible for 7694A status. Therefore, the people request that the people do enter that adjudication of guilt and find that he is not eligible under that status. We do not necessarily object to that status if he is eligible. We simply believe that he is not eligible. And regarding the eligibility to withdraw his plea, the people believe that he's not able to do so because what we did Killebrew to a no upfront jail. That's always under the condition that there is no bad conduct and that there was bad conduct here, and that's outlined, including specifically bond violations in 6.130B3. So the people are requesting that the agreement be nullified and would like to speak regarding sentencing. Or make a recommendation regarding sentencing based on that.
I'm reading 769.4A in the section that you're referencing, and I don't see, or I don't interpret that to include this. Well, let's see. No, because he had already pled guilty. Let's see here. So you're relying on section 4C, you said?
Yes, Your Honor, and contrasting it with 4A sections 2.
Okay, sounds good. And as it relates to his eligibility to withdraw his plea, this would not fall under those circumstances because the Killebrew was to no upfront jail. There was no Killebrew to 769.4A, so he would not be eligible to withdraw his plea. I, in reading the statute, would agree that he would no longer be eligible under 769.4A if found guilty of the violation. How do you want to proceed?
Your Honor, we are not contesting the violations, so if that is the court's interpretation, then we will accept.
Okay, so he wants to plead guilty to the violation?
That is correct.
That's correct, sir?
Yes.
You can stand up.
We're sentencing, the people do have a request regarding sentencing on behalf of the victim.
Thank you. Okay, and so the violation that you were previously arraigned on, it looks like by Judge Buchanan back on June 8th, was that you allegedly violated the terms of your bond by making contact with a protected person. Geneva McKinney, I can't read this here. Jemima McKinney. And so you have the right to have a contested hearing, and I believe that people are prepared to proceed with the contested hearing today if that's what you wanted to do. You have the right to require them put forth proofs that would establish this violation. Did you want to have your contested hearing, or did you want to plead guilty?
I'd like to plead guilty.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and understanding your rights, you want to give up the right to have the hearing today?
That's correct.
Anybody threatening you to do that? Any promises being made to you if you plead guilty to this violation? You understand that if you're found guilty or if you plead guilty to this violation, it has impact to how you're going to be sentenced in the underlying matter, correct?
Correct.
As to the violation alleging that you made contact with the protected person in Jemima McKinney on or about June 7th, 2024. How do you plead? On a factual basis, please, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. McKinney, on or about June 7th, 2024, were you at 4245 West Jolly Road, lot 165?
Yes, sir.
And that's in the city of Lansing, County of Macon, correct?
That's correct.
And at that time, you were, you encountered a police officer, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the police officer found you sitting in the back seat of a maroon SUV, correct?
Yes, sir.
And Miss Jemima McKinney was sitting in the front seat of that same vehicle, correct?
Correct.
No further question.
Any questions from the prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor, just one, or two, I may have missed this, is that in Ingham County? And the other one is, were you under the influence of alcohol at that time?
Yes, sir.
No further questions, Your Honor.
That'd be two violations.
Unless you'd like to count the.
I'm sorry?
Unless you'd like to count, there was a PPO and a no contact for the same victim.
Yeah, well, there was no contact, but the second violation is the alcohol. Okay, thank you. We're satisfied with the factual basis. I'll accept your plea if I'm pleading freely voluntarily. You wanted to state something as it relates to sentencing in the underlying matter.
Yes, Your Honor. So for sentencing in the underlying matter, as we spoke, said the people are seeking to have that Killebrew nullified. And after speaking with the victim, we would like to request that the court use discretion in sentencing to have Mr. McKinney spend some time in jail to give him some separation from alcohol, because that is the victim's primary concern. It seems to be the agitator of a lot of his problems. So we're hoping that the court will use discretion to ensure that he spends a little bit of time in jail to physically separate him from the bottle, and then when released, do so under court supervision to ensure that he doesn't return when the temptation returns.
And did you have a victim that wanted to speak today?
She did not want to speak, from what I understand, but she is present.
Thank you, Your Honor. We ask the court to consider that Mr. McKinney has cooperated entirely and fully in this matter, including taking complete responsibility for all of his actions, both in the underlying matter and in regard to the PA 53 violation. We ask the court to consider that Mr. McKinney has spent 45 days in jail, and we ask the court to consider sentencing him to credit for time served on the PA 53 violation thusly. Are we talking about the original charges as well right now, Your Honor?
We can give both because he has to be sentenced on both.
Okay. In regard to the underlying matter, Mr. McKinney accepts the recommendations of the PSI and agrees that a term of probation is appropriate. He asks the court to follow the recommendations of the PSI, which include the recommendation for probation and participation in EV and or anger management classes, as well as a condition of no alcohol and random testing. There is also one paragraph in the PSI that says if Mr. McKinney is found to have tested positive, that they would recommend a substance abuse assessment be conducted and further treatment options considered. But as of right now, they find that the probation oversight and the domestic violence class, as well as the random testing, would be sufficient. And we agree.
People would like to also make clear that part of our request is any kind of substance abuse counseling that can be offered, because as stated, that is the primary concern here, we believe. And the we're a little bit worried about the defendant not following the court's orders. He's been told by 2 courts not to have contact with Ms. Jemima, and he was told by this court, I believe, or Judge Buchanan, to not consume alcohol, and then he blew a 0.3 or over a 0.3. And I know me personally, with my body weight, I would have to drink, I want to say 2 to 12 drinks to blow anything like that in and out. So that is our primary concern, is we really want to make sure that he doesn't have any relapse into alcoholic behaviors.
Just reviewing the criminal history. He's been charged with operating while intoxicating an exorbitant amount of times.
Yes, that is also a concern.
Like a lot of times. There's absolutely no doubt to the court that there is a alcohol or a substance abuse issue. I do see convictions for operating while intoxicated outside of the ones that you were charged for and not convicted. And I also see a substance abuse and controlled substance conviction as well. And this was not something that I believe was necessarily flushed out by way of the plea offer. I don't believe that there was. Did he do an assessment? No, he did not. The request is for him to submit to an assessment, which now knowing this information, having his criminal history, which I didn't see until today, until the time of sentencing. I didn't see it prior during the pendency of this case. And then also the fact that this is a no contest plea because of intoxication. And then since the time of the plea, we have extreme high rate of intoxication and a violation, in addition to that violation of the no contact order. And so the Killebrew of no upfront jail, I don't think it's appropriate. I'm not going to follow that Killebrew. It's going to be deviated from. That does give you the option of withdrawing your plea, because I'm not following, I'm gonna deviate from that. As it relates to Mr. Lee's request to credit time served, I'm not inclined to do that either. If you don't follow court's orders, in addition to that, your criminal history unequivocally demonstrates a pattern of behavior that is only going to lead to one of two things. You are going to kill somebody or yourself while you're under the influence, because you are so connected to the use of alcohol or other substances that you are clearly blacking out or taking or engaging in activities that you can't even remember after the fact, including a history of driving while you're drunk. And so I don't believe that you have the ability to steer yourself towards sobriety on your own. I don't think that you're a person that follows court orders well either. So I don't believe that supervision on the outside of the corners of the jail is sufficient for your purposes. I think that we would need to monitor very closely any treatment that you would be ordered to undergo. And I don't even know exactly what that treatment entails, because you need to be assessed. And you were not assessed for that as part of this sentencing. And so because of that, I'm going to allow you to have further conversation with Mr. Lee, not today, to discuss whether or not you want to withdraw your plea. In the interim, I'm going to have you assessed from the jail so that I know how to properly sentence you, and if you need to be ordered into some treatment. I mean, my inclination as it relates to sentencing, just for your records, is that the sentencing, there's two separate things I have to sentence you for: the underlying issue and then the violation, which turned out to be two violations in one. They won't be concurrent. You understand that? Okay. So I'm going to reset this. I'm going to get a referral so that you can be assessed while you're in the custody of the jail.
Your Honor, before we continue, are we finding good cause to allow the defendant to withdraw his plea? Because I'm looking at B3.
I'm finding good cause because I'm not going, the killable was to no upfront jail. I'm inclined to deviate from that.
Yes, sir.
So I'm finding good cause to allow him to consider withdrawing his plea. He can talk to his attorney about that to see if that's in his best interest, or if it's a waste of everybody's time for him to withdraw his plea and have a trial, and then we ultimately end up here again. That's up to him. So what I'm going to do is set this out. And get you a referral for a screening for substance abuse. August 13th. At what time? 9. At 9 a.m.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was that date and time?
August 13th at 9 a.m. Have any questions today, sir?
No,
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Not for me,
nothing for the defense. Thank you.
We're all set. Do I need to use the referral form for this one?
That's what I was trying to figure. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Randy, hold on. Let's see.
And then you have Sumner. And Monsignor docket sheets. The record in the matters of the people of the state of Michigan versus Nisha Sumner, file number 23-012161711819, council appearance.
Filipino Sally on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Nisha Sumner.
Okay, Nisha Sumner is present via Zoom, late but present nonetheless. Today was the date that we reset this matter or these matters because there was going to be some investigation as to whether or not these dogs were surrendered.
Yes, Your Honor. The people have been in contact with animal control for about 3 weeks now. Animal control has no record of the dogs, not that they were surrendered, not that they were impounded. We've been contacting Mr. Lee with any updates that we have. The issue is the dogs were not Miss Sumner's per her allegations. They were her boyfriends. She doesn't know if he picked them up, where he went with them. Personally, Your Honor, the people are actually moving towards dismissing the 4 counts and turning it into a traffic violation because we've been here a lot over Rockland. We have no idea what is gonna come out of this investigation at this point.
I'm inclined to agree. I don't know how we move forward. So this is obviously situation. Did she live with the boyfriend or something?
She did. The boyfriend lived with her. He moved out. They were his dogs.
So he took the dogs.
Well, she left them in the backyard for him to come get, and that's the last she saw of him.
Oh, got it. Interesting. Okay, so the people are leaning towards the possibility of a civil infraction.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet, or?
We actually have spoken earlier and he did speak to Ms. Sumner. I believe we can
Offer a
offer
civil
it
infraction?
today, yes.
Okay, civil infraction of what?
Again, we were saying something along the lines of impeding traffic, whatever you find.
Counsel, how does your client want to proceed?
My client will accept responsibility for a civil infraction of impeding traffic.
That's on one file, correct?
For
Or for each file?
No, all of them together, we're gonna turn them into one.
Yeah, so one, she's gonna accept responsibility to one impeding
Yes,
traffic.
yes.
That's okay. Your fine is $135. When can you make payment?
Can I have like a month to pay that off?
Yep, I'll note you'll pay within 30 days. And don't forget, otherwise a warrant could be issued. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're all set.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Huh?
Off the record.